building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ready, set.
Going to the air right away, Lawrence. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
First carry of the game for Zamir White.
And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Take it in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Burrow.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll be out right at the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, you give up a lot of momentum, you get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Okay, 2nd and 1, you get nothing. What now on 3rd and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and do it again. You didn't get it right the first time. Just get right back on the ball and go. It doesn't matter that they know you're coming. You ought to be able to pick up.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll swing this out to Tony.
Touchdown, Falcons!
Kadarius Toney with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
11.
Now Burrow. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Burrow will throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Michael Ojemudia. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Here's White. They set up the screen.
Touchdown! Zamir White. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. What a first quarter. Boom, you're up 3 scores just like that, and the offense clicking.
And they're thinking to themselves, we can totally overwhelm this team. Now flip it over. They're going to get the ball back.
Yeah.
Can't panic here. Talk to yourselves one play at a time to try and get back in.
And that's cliche, but really that's the message. This is still very early on in the game. We're in the first quarter.
If you look at it as down 20, then you almost have no shot.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Ed Oliver that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much.
Here we go.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
Here we go.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Finds his man. It's John Mechie.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Burrow picked off by a guy he won a title with at LSU, Derek Stingley. And the Falcons are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had 1st-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and it shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. White running to the left. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That play was all Bobby Okereke as he got there and dragged him down for the loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Now Lawrence to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
Now Lawrence. Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. And Lawrence going to take it himself. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Trevor Lawrence keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Falcons continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point up and through. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow eluding the pressure right. To the right side and complete to Thomas.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
They gotta go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Lawrence's throw caught by Tony. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by David Long. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So maybe some signs of life for this has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it could serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Darius Slay with a pick.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
This is what you get paid for.
Ready? The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get...
And now here's another interception.
Ball picked off by a guy he won a title with at LSU, Derek Stingley. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key. Crucial.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up third down. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he's fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Now Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown Falcons.
Rondale Moore
from 3 yards out.
And the Falcons take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive.
He's got a man complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there. Touchdown, Washington.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 26 yards.
And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Right back to Tony. He's got another one.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Lawrence will throw.
This is the tight end fan. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
It's Williams on the catch.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 1st down, Lawrence looking for Tony on the out route, and he's got him. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
They'll try the right side here with White. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here's Lawrence. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll go up the middle with White. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because we see that type of a run. I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Here's White.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's 2nd and goal back to the 8-yard line now.
Lawrence.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Lawrence.
Here's White. They set up the screen.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Zamir White
with his third touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season.
And the Falcons are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Now Burrow on first down. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down. Here's Burrow. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
11 empty.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And my goodness, another interception.
Burrow picked off by a guy he won a title with at LSU, Derek Stingley.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one's pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here we go.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
11 empty. Hey.
Burrow will throw. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helped seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Fant.
And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now the try here for the point after. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Here we go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
11, 11, 11, 11.
From midfield now, Burrow. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch it and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Burrow picked off by a guy he won a title with at LSU, Derek Stingley. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw. That's complete to Tony. Finding space at the 40.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
Here we go, here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just output.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And as his defense walks up.